whether that's choir, or whether that's academically, whether that's sports, you got to practice it. And like I said, I didn't get to be the player that I was by sitting at home playing video games. I put time in, and so life is like a bank account. Whatever you put in life, you can take out of life. And so it's like a savings account. The time that I put in 25 years ago, I can go to a gym right now and I can outshoot any one of y'all that think y'all can play basketball. And I ain't played in months because I put something in my bank account. And I can go back and I can take something out of my bank account because I put hours and hours upon hours in perfecting my craft because I really did want to be great. And so you got to put the time in. You got to be willing to sacrifice. You got to give up some fun too. And understand it. I thought that when I was y'all age, I thought that fun was going somewhere. And I'm 43 years old and I still have fun.
Okay, so I know you, Jamal, both of you guys work in school, dealing with students, right? What do you say to the students that come in as freshmen in South End, we have lowered the standards as far as the GPA? What do you say to encourage our students to make sure that they don't lower their standards just because the city has lowered the standards for them to play sports?
I'm on the athletic committee that was a part of why we did that. And the reason behind that is, how many of y'all, with a raise of hands, have friends that you went to school with that didn't get to play football or basketball because they flunked off, but it wasn't because they couldn't do the work. It was because they had other stuff going on at home that was affecting them when they got to school. Just raise your hands and show me in the room if you had some friends that fell victim to that. Well, we had a kid last year at Washington High School who had 5 C's and a C minus. And according to the 2.0 thing, he was underneath that rule and he didn't get to play. Now, this was this kid's best report card ever. Ever. And it was all because they told him that if you do your best, you can play basketball. And so he gave his best, and then he felt like he did what he had to do, but he felt like the adults and the coaches that told him to do that, they didn't back up what they said they were going to do, and they told him that he couldn't play. Well, that kid ended up dropping out of school 2 days later. He was involved in 2 shootings. He got shot, and he's in prison right now. Now, I'm not saying that's everybody, and if you really look at it, the whole scope of it, it's not going to be the whole team that's going to have under a 2.0 because we do have some households that promote education and that they believe in education, and so they're prompting their kids to go to school and get good grades. It's only going to be those 1 or 2 kids that need to be a part of that team to be around that because you are, Aristotle said you are what you repeatedly do. And so if I surround myself around people who are better students than I am, eventually I'm going to link up with that, and eventually that stuff is going to rub off on me. It's positive and negative. You hang around bad people, you begin to do bad things. And so being able to allow them to be a part of those teams, it helps overall. It helps because now that's my family. And I get to be with them. I get to be with them on a daily basis, but then I have accountability. A lot of our kids don't have accountability at home. Being on that team, because now I'm going to say, you know what, Teresa, you know we got a game tonight. You better make sure you take your butt to class. You better make sure you study for that test because we need you on the team.
Totally makes sense. But the ones, I totally understand why that was changed. And I'm not talking about those students. We've had this conversation before. I'm talking about the other ones who say, oh, well, I ain't got to study that hard because really I just got to get this. And they are those scholars. What do you do to encourage them? I know it's the parents. I know it is on the parents, but I'm saying as far as for you guys in the position that you're in.
A lot of that's got to be self-motivation. Because you can force feed somebody something, but that don't mean that I'm going to swallow it. And so, but for me, I tell the kids, you'll quit before I quit. And so I'm going to keep on saying it because I remember when I didn't get it the first time. And so we got to quit getting frustrated with them when they don't get it the first time. And we just got to keep on saying it until we turn blue in the face. And then when we regain our consciousness, we got to keep on saying it until they get it. Because that's our job as educators, as mentors, as parents. That's our job. We got to stay on the wall.
Thank you.
I got something to add to that. And I know for me, I'm good. I know for me because, I'm right before they get to high school. So I'm an 8th grade science teacher. I got a lot of my boys saying now I want to play Division I athletics. So right now, we went to middle school, they got between 1.0 to 2.5. And a big thing they don't understand is this. the lower your grade point average, the higher you have to do. They think I-STEP is hard, wait till you get the SAT or the ACT. All right, or that too, even like the lower your GPA, the harder you have,